Hey guys, welcome back. Today we're going to do Batman Detective issue 1006 from DC Universe, Modern Comics, right? I only bought this along with this one because of Kyle Hotz. That's the only reason, because I don't normally buy Modern Comics. It's Kyle Hotz. He's just fantastic. So yeah, let's dive in to see what this is all about. Well, I must say this issue surprised me a little bit because I knew Kyle Hotz's art was fantastic, but I must give compliments to the colorist too. We're gonna show you that a little bit later. So we start here in an alley, and there's a guy kneeling, and he's been killed. And so Jim Corrigan is here. He is damn it, what is he? A detective? A cop? I believe he was a cop, right? Still is a cop. And so they try to figure out what happened to this guy, but they don't see any weird or strange things, except that he's just sitting there, kneeling and waiting to be executed or something. There was no evidence of a fight, etc., etc. So, but then out of nowhere, these people come. I said, wait a minute, multiple specters? What's going on? Right? And he says, what the hell? The host must die. Long live the host. Get your hands up from under those cloaks. Why are they saying that? Gun, Jimmy. And then, so he pulls the gun. And he says, drop the gun, Ghost. And then they shoot his partner, Tony. And he says, oh my God, no, Tony. And then from Jim Corrigan comes the Spectre, because they are one and the same. He bonded with him. I believe if it's bonded, I'm not sure. I need to dig up. I need to go back into the past and figure that out, because I always believed that they are melted together, or that he is living in him, something like that. I'm not entirely sure. It's been a long time ago. So he says, "Who dares unleash your terrible wrath on me?" This person says against the Spectre, "If it's my wrath you seek, you will have earned it, murderer." And he says, "Hold on, Tony, stay back, don't move an inch." So he transforms his fingers into, how do you say, like a gun, I guess. He shoots them, and spill blood, be blood. So then Jim gets injected by a serum by these goons. And he says, "Corrigan, I'm unable to sense your presence. Where are you?" Right? And then we go to Batman, and he is, apprehending some criminals that he says, "Hey, don't you ever sleep?" "Not when I'm keeping track of bank cash infusions, Walker. How do you know my name? I've been monitoring your frequency for the last 2 days. Put down your weapons and equipment, and this may be your lucky day." And so Batman engages in combat. Looks great, right? And the art looks fantastic, man. I mean, I can't get over how good Kyle Hotz's art is. And, the coloring is great too. So then he gets a call from Alfred, and he says, "Hey, I picked up shots from the fire from the police radio." "Where?" "Bailey and Fleischer. Call him these idiots at the First National. I'm on my way, Alfred." So he goes there, but then we see some sound effects, some sounds, and there's something big moving through the city while Batman is going to, the crime, place of crime. Is that how you say it? Probably. And so he just stands there suddenly, and then, wow. "I have come for you, Batman." So it's drawn by Kyle Hotz, of course. Peter J. Jones is the story and words. David Barron is the colorist. So big props to David Barron. Look at this freaking awesome piece of art and coloring. This is freaking fantastic. Man, what I like about, or amongst other things, from Kyle's art, is he can do these clouds. How do you say? yeah, clouds stuff, or smoke. Yeah, that kind of stuff. He does that really, really well. It feels like the it has substance, that you can touch it. It's really good. Anyway, so good God, not exactly. Spectre, I didn't think we meet again. You and I will talk. What if I don't have much to say? And then he's, I don't know, using some flashbangs. Dude, what are you doing? This is Spectre, right? He's probably one of the biggest big shots in DC Universe. And he says, I have to put some distance between me and this thing until I can figure it out. And then, well, Spectre grabs him. I have not given you leave. Again with your trifles. You are starting to quite annoy me. Let us start anew. From a different perspective. I love this, this it's not really a transformation, but he's shrinking down. Like I said, the cloud and the smoke, it's just really well done. And so Batman says, why do you come here? A man's life is in jeopardy, the Spectre says. I need the help of the world's greatest detective. You need my help? Really? Yes, I do. How did no one in the city react when you were 300 feet tall? Because I did not want them to see me. I only need to get your attention. And obviously you have. Murdering has been perpetrated at Bailey's and Fleischer. That's where I was headed. And that is where we will be. And they've been, teleported away to the crime scene. And then we see Jim Gordon, he's already here. And he says, I got one dead detective, another missing, not to mention a charnel house of meat and blood raining down on me, along with 2 dead John Does. Doing our best bagging and tagging, Commissioner. Like I said, the coloring, orange, looks grit shading, pretty nice. Now, what I like about the colorist is that he uses a shade of blue that is very pleasant to look at. Not only that, I mean, modern colorists, I know it sounds a little bit like I'm putting them down, but it's not the case. But mostly they do more black and gray when it comes to Batman's costume and color. The colorist did not do this in here, and I like that. I love the bluish taint, or maybe the color of his cape and cowl, because I grew up with blue, gray, and yellow Batman, and so seeing this, makes me smile a little bit. It looks pleasant, if you know what I mean. It's just the level of violence. Detective Martinez, close to 20 years on the job. Throat shot, severed internal carotid artery that supplies blood to the brain. Execution style. Kneeled and shot. Whoever did this crossed the line, says Batman. So, and he looks at the Spectre. Someone enjoying doing this to another human being. So, basically Spectre says that that he was not enjoying that, and that he was just, how do you say, giving justice? No, that's probably the wrong word, but basically he did it. And Batman says, there is justice and there is slaughter. This is slaughter. This is an argument I had countless times. I am God's vengeance, blood and blood, eye for an eye. I don't care what you are. I thought you wanted me to find a murderer, but when it comes right down to it, you're a murderer. And not only that, you obliterate evidence. I love this gritty face that he looks in the mirror in the face of a godlike being, and he doesn't flinch. I respect that, right? And so Batman, he says, I need to find Jim Corrigan, Martinez's partner, before there is another murder, right? So Batman says, I solve the murder and find Corrigan without resorting to this extreme bloodshed. There's a great deal you do not understand about the relationship between Corrigan and me. I don't care. So Spectre is gone, and then suddenly everyone noticed Batman. He said, glad you made an appearance, Batman. A detective and a missing one, along with this guy against the wall and whoever this chunk of gunk used to be. So he picks up that chunk of gunk and from, also off the wall. And so he's going to analyze that. But then meanwhile, we see, I don't know, some kind of a seance maybe, and we see Jim Corrigan lying here on a stone, I believe, no, well, maybe on a bed or on a pillar. And they all chant, "The host must die, long live the host." That leads us to the next one. So I wonder who these guys are and what they actually want from them. Well, we're going to find out in the next issue that I'm going to review pretty soon. So again, with Kyle Hotz, of course. So this is going to be a fun one, guys. Let me know what you think about this comic. See you next time, and bye-bye.